the learning appetite. So under this heading, I would like to talk something which I think useful both the learners of the members of the group and also the people outside, which you can tell to others. See here, I would like to tell you about something that makes you know a continuous effort, which is very much essential in learning whatever you want to learn, new things here. I'd like to tell you long back a story which I took from Socrates. As you all know, the great philosopher of Greek, Socrates, he taught his preachings and sayings, and as a teacher, whatever he said, it was very much useful in those days, and he had thousands of disciples and students, and they all liked him like a god. See, but the kind of preachings he said and whatever he taught to the students, at the time the government uh, thought, the Greek government thought it was offensive, and he was instigating the disciples of him, or the students, think about the government, and they thought that if they had that such kind of speakings and teachings, they would certainly, they rebel against act as a rebels against the government. So thinking that, as you all know, the government of at that time sentenced Socrates to death punishment. So the government puts him in jail, and some days passed, and at last the day on which he was executed came. And at the time, he had only 2 hours to be sentenced to the death. And at the time, Socrates was very calm in his prison, and at the time, something miracle happened. It was the point I would like to highlight here. So that was a point which we can all follow even today, and it has applicability of even today in respect to the heading I put today, that is learning appetite. Now I go to the one what happened at the time when Socrates was in the in that behind the bars. It happened for him that it happened for him to see what was happening outside through the window the prison had. See, surprisingly, he saw uh, far from his jail wall there was a beggar. He was playing an instrument, and he was enjoying playing that instrument. Socrates felt very happy seeing that beggar playing on that particular instrument, and he was feeling immense pleasure playing it. And even Socrates also heard, what was played on that instrument, and he got immense interest. And um, after some time, what happened? The jailer came and he said that Socrates had only 2 hours of time, and he asked the Socrates if he had any, last desire or something he wanted to fulfill before he died. So at the time, Socrates asked the jailer to bring the beggar who was playing on the particular instrument far from his bed, and he showed the man, the beggar, through the window. The jailer was astonished to hear the kind of desire he had in his last moment before he died. And anyway, the jailer brought that beggar along with the instrument he was playing. So when all the people in the officials, the jailer were when they were watching, Socrates asked the beggar who was brought there if he could learn him how to play that instrument. The beggar he took time and learned the techniques of playing that particular instrument along with the song on it. So, spending some half an hour time, Socrates learns the technique of playing that particular instrument, and also he learned how the kind of song the beggar was singing. He felt very happy, and he could play that particular instrument and the song on that you know instrument on his own without the help of the beggar. He felt very happy and thanked the beggar, saying gratitude to him. And when this was happened, the jailer who was watching at the time, he was amazed, felt some kind of amazement, and said to the Socrates, why he could learn that particular song and how to play that particular instrument at the last moment before he died, before Then, smiling, Socrates said, see, life was very short, and the life we lead before we died, it was the most precious one among all the things. So, as he knew that he was going to die in 2 hours' time, or 1 hour time by the time, so he said to the jailer that as he heard the nicest song, and he felt very happy hearing that, listening that particular song on that particular instrument. He wanted to learn before he died how to play that particular instrument, and also he wanted to get the enjoyment it gives playing on that particular instrument. He said that as he had very little time before he died, he wanted to learn something. So this story tells us the kind of the precious time. It is the most important one. The time we have, when we are living, it is the most important one. And there is an advice to all people, community, and the students in general, that make use the time you have. So the time you have at your hand or very near to you, or the day you spend, it is the most important one. And utilizing that time, as it is the most precious one, and make use of every second of it to learn. It is not for the sake of gaining some qualification or getting some promotion or getting some monetary benefit. But whatever you learn, you should learn for the pleasure. It gives your psyche or mind. That is very important. Utilizing the time when you leave is the most important one compared to anything else. So make use of the time. Learn the kind of enjoyment the learning gives. It is immense. Only the person who feels or who learns every or you utilizes every second can understand the true meaning, the true happiness of it. So when people feel nowadays that they have no time to learn, or they feel exhausted of learning things, they also say that they do not have time, and they are feeling boredom or tiresomeness in learning some of the things. They want to stop learning. They want to tell that whatever they have learned, it is okay for them. They don't want to increase their, you know, you know, quality of or quality of living, and they do not want to make utilize the time they had. They always postpone things. They always say some acceptance to learn something in their life. So I advise the group members and teachers and the students in general, we should utilize every second of it. Here in this group, we have the teachers of English. So there are many personalities are there. We should utilize every minute of it to learn something in a given day. So all the time try to shine ourselves, refine ourselves, polish ourselves, and get clarified some of the doubts you have. Don't hesitate to come forward. So make utilize every second of it. Don't postpone the things. Procrastination is the thief of the time. Don't do as the proverb says. So here I'm also, kind of person all the time wants to utilize the time I have. I want to learn in every moment, in every second. So such a way, it gives me a lot of enthusiasm and energy. It acts me as a tonic, utilizing the time. So learning new things. So that's the reason I still live and I continue to live, and I want to learn till my last breath, particularly in the field of English. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.